Edinburgh Castle. Do what you can to be here for the 1 o'clock game. Well, good morning, Edinburgh.
Hello.
What a lovely day.
We've got sunshine, yay!
What? Let's go check out this castle. We've woken up to a really nice day here. It's the first time we've had sunglasses on from the start of the day for a long time. Let's hope that wind stays light. Well, here we are on the hop on, hop off tour bus for the day. Except it's not. So you'll pay about £20 to get on the hop on, hop off, or you can pay £5 to get on the local bus system.
24 hours.
From midnight to midnight. So it's a much better option just paying that £5 because you get to go and see everything anyway. Especially on a nice day like this.
So I guess if you want information about stuff, we'll do that when you download, what's the name again?
Oh, any audio guide.
Oh yeah, and do your own guide and stuff.
Edinburgh Castle with some grey and blue sky.
And a little bit of wind.
And a lot of wind. So just the esplanade area here at the base of the castle, this area is all used for the royal tattoo. As we understand, they sell out completely like 12 to 2 years, 12 months to 24 months before. But this is where it happens if you've ever watched it on telly or online. And just over here is William Wallace, the famous Scotsman who, well, if you've watched Freedom, Mel Gibson, that's the guy. And this little inscription here above the archway, apparently that means we'll always get revenge or something like that. Makes me proud to have Scottish ancestry. Okay, we've spent a bit of time just hunkered down out of the wind, out of the cold, and we're going to go and try and get in now, see what they say to us. The ticketing system's such that you buy a time slot to be able to enter the castle, and they won't let you in a minute beforehand, so you just have to wait for your time to be eligible to head on in, and they do that for logistics and also to try and minimise the number of people that are inside the castle at any one time. Makes sense. So we're inside the castle walls now, we're just heading into the castle proper. There's a lot of people. Well, the view up here is spectacular, and that's what everybody will tell you about coming up to the castle. So the views are amazing of the city. Okay, I'll be honest, I treat museums like speed dating. Not that I've done speed dating, but I very quickly blow through with them. This has got 400 years of historic military-related exhibitions, so that's pretty cool. It's just not me, it's a museum. If you're in the military or you like museums, definitely come for a wander and spend the time. Okay, well I'm done with that. More museum stuff. Actually, it's my worst nightmare to get trapped behind a small family with a pushchair and 3 little kids walking along, and they're all holding hands, taking up the entire width of the corridor. Anyway, bring your kids if you want, but don't slow down the whole world. And it's very windy up here, like insanely windy. having lunch up with you, there is a cafe up here. The baguette prices are £8, which is 16 New Zealand dollars. Cakes and sweets are about £5 or £6. So we've ended up with soup today, which was £6 with a couple of pieces of bread. Highly recommend on a cold day eating the soup. So at the start of this episode, we said don't miss the 1 o'clock gun, and you have to see it because it's one of the oldest and loudest traditions of Edinburgh City. The 1 o'clock gun has been fired at the castle since around 1861, and originally it was done to help ships that were moored in the Firth of Forth, out there in the water, to set their clocks accurately for 1 p.m. So today it's a lot less about timekeeping and more about the tradition and history of it, and of course it's a bit of Scottish drama. Trust us, when it goes off, you know all about it, and the crowd reaction is definitely worth being there to see and hear. This is a cool part of getting into Edinburgh Castle. A very busy time because everybody wants to see the cannon go, so everybody sort of gathers up all over the hill, and we're trying to just make our way upwards.
When we got our tickets, there was the option to, like I said, purchase the audio guide, and you could just download it straight to your phone. I think that's the best option. We've been walking around and we see people that have got the audio guide once they got here, but then they're just like holding it out here or holding it to their ear, and yeah, that's just, you don't want to do that.
That's a big cannon. That's what she said. Were they firing dwarfs out of it? They used to shoot dwarfs out of this. Not.
Inside Edinburgh Castle you will find some of Scotland's greatest treasures, the honours of Scotland. These crown jewels include the crown, sceptre and sword of the state, and they were used together for the coronation of Scottish monarchs as far back as the 1500s. After the union with England, the jewels were locked away and forgotten for more than 100 years before finally being rediscovered, hidden inside the castle. Just nearby is the incredible Great Hall, completed for King Charles IV in 1511, with its massive wooden hammer-beam roof and walls lined with weapons and armour. It feels like stepping straight back into medieval Scotland. This hall once hosted royal feasts, ceremonies and important gatherings, and today it remains one of the most impressive rooms in the entire castle. History honestly feels alive in every corner of this room.
Okay, we're in the Great Hall. We just saw the crown. Didn't even think it was the real one, but God, precious. We've been here 3 hours.
And we still haven't seen like
Well, we have seen
most of it.
it.
Not quite everything. But so you need at least that amount of time.
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. Definitely don't come here in peak season. This is busy enough as it is.
Bring some lollies and some munchies. Alright, let's get out there. walking down the Royal Mile, keep an eye out for the Tron Church.
Then you'll know you're at the halfway point.
And the Radisson, that's the cut-off point. So the Radisson Hotel behind us is made to look old, but it's pretty new, 1990. So this is the middle point of the Royal Mile. So we're half a mile in and half a mile to go. Actually, it's 1.1 miles all up. Here is another World's End pub. We've already seen one of those in England, right? This isn't that pub, but what this does mark is this is where the wall that went around the whole city stopped. So that was actually where the wall ended of the walled city part of Edinburgh. I reckon it's not a bad pub. We're just at Canongate Church, which is where the royals like to come to church when they're in residence. And apparently if you can get inside, it's quite pretty. I don't think you can today. So here we are at the Scottish Parliament buildings. Now, they say it like mixed views on this. Some people say it's a really ugly structure, others will say it's a piece of art, a work of art. We don't know if we like it, but we've got a beehive for our Parliament buildings, so I don't know if we can run them down too much.
Yeah.
Been a bit of a walk down the bottom here though, but here we are at Holyrood Palace, so we're going to go and see if we can get arrested. We met an Aussie couple when we were up at the Edinburgh Castle. They said they paid £25 to come in here, and that's the price on the wall. £50, 100 New Zealand dollars. My knee's blown and I'm poor. I think I've got like £2.30 left. So I might just give that a miss, but pop down to the fence and try and get some sneaky pics of the exterior. It's good to know security's really tight and the cops down the end there haven't stopped Danielle reaching through the fence to take her photos. King Charles and the family aren't in residence currently, so there's no point in us trying to get a free trip in like we did in Sandringham. Unicorn. Probably our best tip for the day would be, whatever you do, don't walk up the mile. That's craziness. Walk down, bus up, walk down, bus up. So there's a bus stop not too far from the end of the Royal Mile. Catch a number 35 bus back up to the top. Well, that's us. We're back at our accommodation here at Delphi Hotel, Motel, apartment. I'm not sure what it is. But it's been a really nice day in the sun, out in the city. Reflections on Edinburgh. I reckon you actually need like 5 days here. We've spent 3 days here and we've only really explored every inch of the Royal Mile. There's obviously loads more to see and do here. So recommended city itinerary here would be 3 to 5 days. 3-day minimum would be our recommendation. There's nothing left for us to see in the Royal Mile, that's for sure. Definitely want to go to the castle. Definitely want to buy those $5 a day transport tickets. And yeah, what a cool place.